It's Week 10 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see this team's leader at quarterback. He's fourth in the NFL in passing touchdowns this season. It's going to be a good one. And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games.
Meanwhile, for this visiting Tokyo club,
they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there, no introduction needed for this guy around the league. Now in his 7th season as a QB.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. And they'll run with a 2nd-round pick from April's draft. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. When you look at this defense, they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
And on now is the punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. Now McCoy. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 19.
Here's McCoy. He's got his man on the comebacker. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The visitors' offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. And you can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Looking to throw. Hamilton.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. When you look at this defense,
They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him.
11 yards there, first down.
Back to throw. Hamilton. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
They run the counter now on first down. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down. Off the play fake. McCoy. He finds his man. Complete. It's Simmons.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Looking to throw. McCoy. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
I think if you asked them truthfully, they would have been happy to get 8, 9, maybe even 10 yards there and give them a manageable 3rd down attempt. Instead, he found plenty of room there on the catch and run and turned 2nd and long into not just a first down, but a huge play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. McCoy. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
2nd down and a yard. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, McCoy. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And that will be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away.
Tokyo set to go on offense once again.
We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 21 yards. They'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Hamilton over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. We're scoreless after 1. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal. Looking to throw. Hamilton, touchdown! A great play there. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
From the 29, here's second down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Back to throw. McCoy looking middle, and that's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Looking to throw. McCoy. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Simmons. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Second and inches at their 48-yard line.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Approach defense.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, it's complete. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Second down and 3.
Off the bootleg, McCoy. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with first and goal. Back to throw again. Throwing middle, and it's complete. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
At the 4-yard line.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there.
His second rushing touchdown on the year.
And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Tokyo set to go on offense once again. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one. With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Out to his left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And this is going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Back to throw.
McCoy.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4.
The Tokyo offense heads back out there now. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
3rd down and 6.
Looking to throw. Hamilton.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just lock one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at about the 28. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field as we eke closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Back to throw. McCoy.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Back to throw now on 1st down.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Tokyo set to go on offense once again.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it second down. Looking to throw. Hamilton. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A 5-yard pass on first down and another 5-yard connection there. A final shot before break. Hamilton.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman.
We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Well, the first half very even. I mean, really in all facets. This ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. Back to throw. McCoy. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline.
That's interference. Defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Roth. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 30 on second down, McCoy. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
It's 2nd and inches at the 12-yard line.
Now a give, right side. It's Roth, and he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Looking to throw. McCoy. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Timing is crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Back to throw. McCoy.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion for us there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
They bring their punter out there now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The slot man in motion right.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Looking to throw. McCoy. Escaping the pressure right. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They go play action here on first down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find the answers, and they've got to find them quick.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Roth. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
At the 33-yard line.
Back to throw. McCoy. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. He needed 2. He only got 1. And as a result, possession switches hands. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick, I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Hamilton. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, he'll hand this off to the 43, 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the 1st. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd and 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 57 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Looking to throw. Hamilton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Hamilton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, pretty woeful. 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is right there. It's good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Operating from the gun, McCoy. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Back to throw. McCoy. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Off play action. McCoy. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Looking to throw. McCoy. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Back to throw. McCoy. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. So still time remaining here in this fourth quarter, but the touchdown there puts them back out in front.
And you and I both know that their defense will not very subtly remind everyone that they started all of this because they held firm on the last drive and only gave up a field goal. Gave it back to the offense in a tie game and said, okay, your turn now, make something happen. And they went down the field and scored.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. The Tokyo offense heads back out there now. And they have had problems getting the running game in gear as we look through some of their attempts from earlier. They have just not been able to match the physicality that this defense has shown, and their lack of success on the ground is a direct reflection of that. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Shedding the tackle. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent game.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Operating from the gun, Hamilton firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. All told, they get 13 yards on that play. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Looking to throw. Hamilton. Buying time to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Slot man moves right. Back to throw. Hamilton. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Here comes 2nd down and 5.
In motion right is the running back. 2nd and 5. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. This is caught. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
They'll try and run for it. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Important extra point up and through. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now this offense headed back out. Captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Here's 3rd down and 5. Now McCoy.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Good move at the 30. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45.
The Tokyo offense heads back out there now.
They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sideline.
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
Looking to throw. Hamilton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Hamilton.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's 1st down.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw.
Oh, look at this. It's intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I get and appreciate that they wanted to go for the win, not play for overtime, but that's the cost right there.
Not so sure their fans feel the same way as you when they just watch that ball get picked and taken the other way, and now they're down 6. Looks like it's going to be a loss for them, an absolute catastrophe when they tried to be aggressive.
Now for the point after. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The situation for him offensively as follows. Down 24-17. A little over 40 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Now 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
He's back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Looking left sideline. It's complete. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he's in for the touchdown with the clock reading triple zeros. And the extra point, if they hit it, will send this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down one. It's tempting to go for two. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
Now for the all-critical extra point. He's got it. No problems there. The extra point up and good, and we are headed to overtime. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Well, 4 quarters couldn't decide things, so it's on to overtime here as the kick is away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Tokyo set to go on offense once again. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Operating from the gun, Hamilton.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. We'll play only the 1 overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Holding, offense.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That is caught.
Past the 20. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans streaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for Tokyo,
it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6 and 4. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5 and 4 on the season. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.